Hey man, what's up? Welcome to the call. I know for you it's probably morning. For me, it's already like 10 p.m. at night. But let's dive right into it. Okay. So I know we spoke last night on the phone. You told me right now with like your trading, you've been doing it for a while. You want to make 10K per month. Right now you're making around 4K with like your current income. And it's been 3 months since like your trades, since you've been noticing like they haven't been as efficient as you want them to be. And right now, like with your entry exit points, you feel that there's a lot of FOMO going on, and sometimes you're like not entering at the right position. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Can I share
Okay.
my
And right
screen
now,
if you don't mind?
yeah, you could do it in a second. Just want to make sure I'm getting all the
Okay, sure.
information. Like your journey's been up and down, all that sort of stuff. Like I think you mentioned to me as well as if you can have more of an efficient process, it's going to give you like less stress right now because things are going up and down for you. That's kind of where we're at.
That's correct. Yeah.
But like more or less, I'm not sure if you answered it because the mic is really muffled, by the way. That's why. But it's like for you, why learn the skill set, right? To have more efficient trades rather than just like double down on the pain, try more strategies and hopefully they work. Why get the skill rather than just double down on the pain like how everyone else does?
Okay then. That is because unlike others, I
Uh-huh.
know I have been educated that
Yeah.
more strategies does not mean better chance at profit.
Yeah.
More strategies does not mean better chance at profit. Every strategy is a ball game. It's a different
Okay.
ball game. And
Okay.
I know that I just need something that is clean and consistent.
Okay. That
And
makes
that,
sense.
yeah, and when I
Yeah.
don't get into some position that's not ideal, and then I'll feel
Yeah.
frantic that yeah, it's not good enough. Shit,
Okay.
what else
I
can
know
I
what
do?
you mean. Yeah. Like actually having like so that you could just cut the fluff, right? So tell me this because I know we spoke last night, and by the way, you called me at 2 a.m, man. So you may wake up my neighbors. I'm just joking. But yeah, man, like before, like you and I got on this call, like even yesterday, were you out there like looking? I think you mentioned to me you invest into past mentorships as well, right?
Yeah, also in
Okay,
options trading.
in options, yeah, in options, all that. Now those mentorships, just so I see, how, like how much were they? With like 2K, 3K, 4K, like how much did they actually cost?
Uh, yeah, they were about 2 to 3K.
2 to 3K. Okay, and like I don't know if they were like 2 to 3K, how did it go with them?
How did it go? Place to learn the trading skills, the mindset,
Mm,
but I felt that I couldn't really align with their strategies because they traded with such
mm.
big size. It's almost as a retail trader myself, I can't fully replicate them. And I wasn't very comfortable with the way you roll and adjust trades. You have
Okay,
tens of thousands of dollars on your margin.
okay, but more or less though, like okay, tell me this then, because like if it, now, how long ago was that though? So I have like a time
So
range. Was it like
all
2 months ago, a year ago? How long?
yeah, since July, I've been spending
Okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
two
you're
to
right. Since
three.
July. It's sorry. Yes. Okay, July. Well,
Yeah.
tell me this, man, because I mean, I know with those mentorships, like you invest into those, like were there other people in those mentorships that you just showed me that actually got like the results that they were looking for?
So at least for this one, I can speak. They
Yeah.
are getting the results that they are looking for. And it's
Yeah.
only because they can get out of their positions on the same day. Their account size are much bigger.
Okay. For sure. I see the WhatsApp call, but if you want, you can stop sharing your screen because I think it's gonna lag out. That's why. Because I don't want the Wi-Fi to lag out. It's okay. I want to like be able to hear you like loud and clear, man. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but basically, the rest
Okay.
of
Now.
the people on this squad are profiting simply
Okay.
because they can get out, secure
Okay.
their bag.
So tell me this, like, because I'll be the one that say this, man. It's like kudos to you for investing into yourself, even in like the trading space or anything, because most people are not going to do that, right? But like, I'll share this analogy with you. It's like, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, the basketball player.
Yeah. Okay. So good stuff. So he was good in high school, but he wasn't great. And like the reason I mean that, it's like he was good in high school, but he wasn't great in high school. when he was in high school, obviously he was in a good team, all that sort of stuff. But if he wanted to actually be really, really great in like the NBA and like be the go of all time when it came to basketball, he had to take a different training regimen. He had to do things a lot differently than how he was doing them in the past, right? Because that same skill set and mindset that got him to being good in high school was not going to get him to becoming great in like of all time, right? So for you, man, tell me this: with trading, like 10K a month is a goal. I understand that, right? It's like for you, everything you've done with trading, the skill set, the mindset, the strategies, the journey, it's going to where you are here today, right? But it hasn't gone you to where you truly need to be making 10K a month. Otherwise, you would have been there.
Agree? Yeah.
So the question I have to ask you, it's like, yeah. So the question I have to ask you is this, man: that same mindset and skill set that got you here, but isn't going to get you there, knowing it's not going to get you there, is it worth keeping?
Is it worth keeping? Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, how do I put this? I think I'm confident to say now that I'm technically versed in strategies, the technical aspects of managing your trade, sizing, what are the
No. Like, let's say, for example, like look at the results, right? So the same skill set and mindset that got you here when it comes to your trading, your strategies, all that sort of stuff, and the investments you made with the mentorships, with everything, kudos to you on that one. It's gotten you here, but it ain't going to get you there, right? Knowing that it's not going to get you there, if we continue using the same skill set, the same strategies, the same inconsistency, the same entry points, the same, going in, going out, and not really seeing that efficiency, if we continue going through that the next 3 to 6, 12 months with our trading, where is that going to lead us to?
I think it will lead to more disappointment.
Exactly.
Sorry, now I get.
Yeah,
I understand what you are trying to ask me.
Yeah, you get what I mean, right?
It's like you waste time.
Yeah, because look at it this way, man. It's like, and the question I have for you, it's not like if you want to get good at trading or if you want to make 10K a month. Because I'll tell you, this man, frankly, the entire world wants to make 10K a month with him, like trading and actually making money with this, right? The question I have to ask, yeah, the question I have for you, it's like, how committed are you to becoming that guy that makes it happen? So that one, you make the income that you want to be making, but two, you actually see this succeeding. How committed are you to becoming that guy?
I feel honestly, I feel if I give the same commitment that I'm giving right now to in my options trading,
yeah,
that's how much I want to give. I mean, you see me put up all the insights, the stats. I prepared actually. I updated all my stats. I document my trades. If I had the same I put in the same effort, I know I just need to do that. And with more breathing, with a playing field that has more breathing space, I know I can do better.
Okay, let's
I won't need to feel throttled.
Okay, let's look at it this way. Let's look at this way, man. It's like, let's say if there was possible, we can actually help you with like getting the trades more consistent and one that like you're not going up and down, you're not losing $1,600 again, right? But most importantly, you have that confidence when it comes to your trades. That way, if the market's like a bad market or if it's a good market or whenever anything happens, you know what you're doing. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward in 3 months. You're making 10K a month. You're making 120K with this. What would tangibly be different for you? Like at that point.
What would tangibly be different for me?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll feel that feeling of numbness and indifference that even though the market is bad, let's say, I'll still be able to make that same position with that same sizing.
Yeah. So having the structure, right?
And that you don't chase it. And I don't feel I need to chase it.
Okay. So having that calmness, right? That confidence and that calmness. Okay. But like trading aside though, because trading is a cool vehicle, right? It's a cool vehicle, but so is like a Ferrari, so is a Pagani, so is a Lamborghini. If you're actually making this into like a full-time thing, you're making the money you want to be making with this, like what's actually going to happen? Like what's going to change for you? Besides more zeros. in terms of like things that you want, man. Like personally, let's say you're making 10K a month. You're hitting 120K a year. You know how to trade more effectively. You know not to lose on trades. And one, you have that calmness. That way in the next month, the next 2 months, 3, 4, whatever it may be, you know that you're going to be making the money you want to be making. At that point, what's going to tangibly be different for you? Like your life, once you're making that money and once you're at that skill set.
Right. Okay. Me sometime, let me put.
Go for it.
At least personal for my case, I do love my job.
Yeah.
I mean, I work in railway, so that's my it's my passion. Trains is my thing. So by making this side income, me learning how to trade is because I want to secure a financial future independent of my career.
Okay.
The first drive is mainly because of potential politics. If in case next time I can't be in the real sector long enough because of differences in mindset and all that, I have to give it up. At least trading that skill is it's a backup for me to continue surviving and maybe decently.
In case anything happens.
But at least in this short term, right? At least in this short term, I see the LC model as a potentially good way to active trade. The profits I use could be then parked into somewhere that is more passive. I have my other investment portfolios in Singapore that I'm building up. Yeah, in our regulated global advisors, or that I could even put some of it to trade other instruments or options. And all that. With a bigger account size, I can explore even more different kinds of positions. So I think it's the idea of if I had a consistent avenue to have the wealth coming in, all the doors open up on how I can allocate all this income.
Okay. Let's say this, man. Because I know in Singapore, I'm not sure how the politics are there, right? But let's say, for example, something happens with politics, the job market, like how it did in COVID, like 5 years ago, when everyone had to go home, right? Because that happened out of nowhere. Yeah, and then we couldn't control that. No one in their life could have controlled that. No one even knew that was going to happen. But like, put a number on it, because the more tangible you are about it, the more likely it is you will make it. So let's say, for example, if in the near future something does happen, how much money do you want to have saved up? That way you have a consistent income going in. That way, if maybe something happens with politics in Singapore, whatever may happen, you have like a cushion to like rely on. What would that number be?
100,000?
How many?
100K.
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 Okay, 100K. Okay, 100K. Right now you're making 4K a month. You can get there within 2.5 years, I think, of you saving every little dollar and penny. Right? Yeah. But if you're making 10K a month, and I want you to put this in perspective, that's 120K a year.
Yeah.
Just put that in perspective, right? Now I want you to actually visualize this, man. It's like obviously the trading is good. You having the calmness, you actually having like the strategy itself. But like step into those shoes, man. You're that guy that if anything happens, he's good with his trading. He has a skill set that continue makes the money. He has an actual income. He doesn't need to rely on a job. Most importantly, he doesn't need to rely on politics. If you could actually accomplish that, what would that do for you, man? Like personally.
So personally, in terms of which aspect?
Any aspect, man. What will that do for you? You have a solid stream of income coming in that you know how to always control, and you have 100K just in case anything happens in your life. What would that do for you, personally?
I think I'll feel proud of myself that
Okay.
I can actually pull all this off at a young age on my own. And maybe I think I can give my parents some ease of some ease of assurance that some self-sufficiency. They always tell me they are set aside enough for me, but I don't like to think of it that way.
Okay. But think about it, right? You're making 100K a year, man. 100K a year with trading, with something you like doing, a passion. You could go to your parents and be like, hey, I'm doing something I love and I'm also making money with it. Very few people in the world get to ever do those things, especially at the same time. But the thing about this though, it's like if you have a great goal for you to like your parents having that reassurance for you making that income, that's a big goal, right? But with a big goal has to come a big consequence. And I'll give you this analogy. I put, you know who Usain Bolt is, like the Olympic runner?
Yeah.
Okay, I put him behind a gold medal, he runs fast, right? If I put a lion behind Usain Bolt that hasn't eaten any food in 2 weeks, he's going a hell of a lot faster. The reason being is he knows the consequence of him not running fast enough. And that consequence is him eating alive. So up until the point, he's like 34 or 41 years old. He's trained his entire life. If he gets eaten alive, all that training is for nothing. The golden medal, he won't ever get to run for another golden medal ever again in his life. His country, they're going to get let down because they're not going to have him for the next Olympics. And most importantly, he's going to let his family down because they're not going to have the main breadwinner as well. So that's why he's running so fast from that line, because there's a big enough consequence. Golden medal is cool, but the consequence is even bigger. So I'll ask you this, man, and I want you to really think about this. It's like, what happens on the flip side? Like, what happens if you don't? Let's say, for example, we continue trading the same strategies, we continue seeing the same losses, the same inconsistencies, the same journey going up and down, up and down, up and down, but we're not finding the success that we want to be finding. And we're not getting closer to hitting 10K a month so that we can actually have that income, 100K a year, so that we can actually, like, you know, if anything happens, we have that security and our parents don't look at us like they got that reassurance. If we continue going down that route, the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, man, or even like 2 years, what's going to happen then?
2 years. Well, how do I put this? This current mentorship ends. This current coaching program ends. So I had other thoughts that if I feel I was not breaking even enough or still in a loss, I was considering to just stop trading for a while, build back my regular income, so that one day I can pick myself up and just continue. Because I mean, I just see it as a reset and a time to just recharge how much money I have to set aside to take those bets in turning my trading around.
But like if the same pattern,
these are the extra money that I have put aside to trade.
Yeah.
So
okay, but
it's
like,
also
trading aside, like, because it's just a vehicle, right? If we continue like repeating the same pattern and we continue seeing the same results over and over and over, like the results that we haven't been wanting to see, with the inconsistencies, with the entries, with all that sort of stuff, with that structure not being where we want it to be, and we're getting further away from making 120K a year so our parents could feel reassured about us, right? If we go down that route the next 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months, what's going to happen then?
what's going to happen there.
Yeah, what?
If it's 2 months, I think I'll still feel pretty drained and like
Drained?
dry and lost in terms of like, I've tried this. I feel I'm still scraping. I'm still scraping that surface. Why am I not? I'm still not progressing. Why am I still not feeling progress?
Yeah,
I think I'll still feel this sense of confusion.
you will.
Yeah.
I'll be the first guy to tell you will. And but the reason I say that to you is because like I've been in those shoes where you try the same thing over and over. You want to see some success and you keep going over and over, but you're not seeing what you want to be seeing. The hard part about that, it's a choice. It's not a problem. It's always
Each
a
month
choice,
shows
right?
you.
Yeah.
Each
But
month
so
shows you a different circumstance.
Yeah. So ask yourself though, like, is that reality where you continue feeling drained, where you continue feeling like, hey man, like, you know, you're scratching the surface and you're not seeing that success? Is that reality in 2 months, in 6 months, or even in 2 years? Is that a reality that you actually like want to settle for?
If it's 2 years, of course not.
No, right?
Yeah. But I would say now, so I feel I'm like, I don't know whether I'm just trying to stay overly optimistic,
Yeah.
or like I'm just waiting and hope.
I'll tell you this about hope, man. It's like anyone can hope they're going to become a millionaire.
No, I mean not
Right.
as in not millionaire, but at least that I'm
Yeah.
settling for like $200-300 every day, but risk one day where I lose so much and have to build it back. That's how I'm feeling now, actually.
Is that
I
a
just
reality?
feel
The way that you
yeah.
feel right now, like you know how the draining, all that sort of stuff, the confusion, that feeling. If that feeling continues the next 6 months, the next 8 months, the next year, is that a reality that you want to settle for?
No.
Okay, then tell me this, man. Like, why now? Why now do you actually want to like get more of an efficient process besides like the frustration, all that sort of stuff? Why now do you actually want to make a change when it comes to your trading? That way you can actually get to those 10K month marks. But most importantly, you have the confidence that you have that skill set. So that whenever anything happens in Singapore or any country, you can make money anywhere in the world. Because there's always a new year, new me guy. Right? Every diet starts on Monday. Why now do you want to draw that line in the sand?
Because unlike other traders, I subconsciously know I'm digging the hole deeper and deeper, even if I'm not over trading. But as the months go by, the spare cash I have to trade still chipping away.
Okay.
And then if I'm just relying on the hope and optimism that the consistency pays off, but yet in these very throttling market rules, pattern day trading, or volatile conditions, maybe I'm hoping for too much.
Well, okay. Can I share a perspective on hope, man? It's like hope is great. Everybody has hope, but it's like, you know where motivation really comes from?
Yeah.
It's not hope. It's from fear. It's like the homeless guy on the street, man. He could hope he's gonna make money. He's hoping tomorrow's gonna be a better day. But let's say if I have a different homeless man on that same street and he needs to make money because he found out his daughter has like a big medical bill. He's not gonna hope he finds a way to make money. He needs to make it. So even if he's homeless, he's gonna find a way to like scavenge some money. I don't know, maybe like sell a car, or some weird stuff, because he needs to make it happen. So Al, tell me this, like, because you've obviously been doing this for some time, right? And by the way, I salute you for continuing trying over and over and over, even if you haven't seen the results. To me, that says that you're still a resilient person and that you want to actually see success, and also that you're an action taker. But whose responsibility is it to see that success? So that one, he can actually make the money he wants to be making, but second, so that he can actually feel that proudness he's been wanting to feel. Whose responsibility?
Always turn to myself.
Yeah.
That's how I do many things on my own independently.
Yeah.
I've only myself to turn to.
Okay.
That's what drove. Yeah, I guess that's what has been able to drive me this far. You know?
Yeah. So, by the way, that's all I needed to hear. And I'll walk you through what it is. Okay. I think based on everything you mentioned to me over like since July, which is like 3 to 4 months of you seeing this inefficiency, you seeing the trades not being where you want them to be. I think what we're doing here for sure could help you get to a position where you can actually start hitting your first 10K month marks, but most importantly, you can actually start doing it in a way that you can replicate it. Okay? What I can do for you is this, man. I can, on the call right now, we can create a game plan for you on how we can actually help you get to that goal. Would that be appropriate, or what do you want to do from here?
Actually, is how do I say? Actually, in return, before that, I would actually like to understand a little bit more better on the LCE model. I think in terms of the instruments that is traded.
Yeah.
And
I'll walk you through. That's what I
yeah,
want to do. Yeah, that's
average
why.
account size, risk, and all that.
Let me walk you through that right now. That's why I meant the game plan exactly. Okay. So do you have a pen and paper with you, man?
I have my notes. Yeah, online.
Okay, that's fine. So wherever you can write it on, it doesn't matter. But as long as you can write. So what I want you to write down right now at the very top of your notes is going to become the guy that makes it happen. Because it's like if you're around those people and you're not being that guy, it's like the imposter syndrome. You're like, something's wrong with me, right? So it's going to push you to actually just do it. As long as you show up for yourself and as long as you do everything, whatever it takes to get there. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, based on everything I mentioned to you, man, do you feel this can actually help you get to where you need to be, helping you hit 10K a month and actually help you have more of a consistent strategy with your trades, more structure.
I think this will be really helpful.
Okay.
So
all right.
this will be
Well,
yeah.
Well, why do you feel it? Why do you feel? Yeah. Why do you feel it can actually be really helpful?
I mean, if we are able to because you make the trade, so the action, I think the mindset is still fresh.
Yeah.
If you could clarify it soon enough. That is I think mainly why I feel it may be helpful here.
Can you repeat it one more time, brother? Your mic keeps cutting off. Just say it slower though.
Okay.
I got you.
I think it will be helpful because we can explain our trades when it's still fresh in our mind.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. It's just because it kept cutting off. All right. So, man, tell me. So, the full investment to actually, get the mentorship, actually get the guidance from Emmanuel himself, that way you can actually start hitting your 10K with marks and actually have those 100K set aside, like if anything does happen with your tradesman, is going to come out to $4,800. How would you like to proceed?
How much is it again?
$4,800.
The price is a bit too high risk for my current circumstance.
Okay.
Are there any alternative options available?
With price. Okay, I'll tell you. Before we get into that, man, I gotta understand this. Like money, like if you put the money out of the equation, like money aside, would you do it?
Money aside, I would do it.
Okay. Then tell me this. Why would you actually do it?
Because I can see this process is a very tight feedback loop, and that this process is a very tight feedback loop. The strategy is clean and straightforward.
Well, what strategy aside, brother? Strategy aside, like trading. He's not that cool. Emmanuel's not that cool. He speaks French. I speak French with him. It's not that cool. Like strategy aside, if you do the program, if you got the mentorship, if you hit your first 10K with marks with trading, what will that do for you personally?
You feel quite free.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I want. That's all I needed here.
Yeah, I think you feel quite free, and that you feel you have potential to push even more from there.
Yeah. So let's look at it this way, right? Tell me this right now. Is it a case right now where like you don't have the full investment, and if we broke it up to you into like more digestible pieces, would that help you move forward? Or is it a case where there's just like some nervousness around the investment? And you can be real with me.
Okay, it's a hybrid of both because
All right.
I don't have 4,800 upfront in my whatever land. And also, yeah, I am worried things do not work out also.
All right. That's fair. That's life.
So yeah.
All right. Let's do this, man. Because then if you don't have $4,800, I just want to get like logistics out the way. I think you already told me this number, but I want to get the exact number. That way I know like it works within your budgets and constraints. Cash on hand, bills and expenses aside, like how much do you actually have saved up to invest in yourself?
Cash aside?
Not cash aside, but bills and expenses aside. Like not cash aside, but like bills and your bills and expenses aside, how much do you have saved up to invest?
To 7K left remaining in whatever I've set aside to trade / invest activity in this manner.
Okay, so right now you have 6 to 7K then set aside.
That is correct.
Okay, so you have the full investment then, man. All right, can I help you out with this, right? Because I know right now what you're feeling here is like you told me you're not sure if it's going to work out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's also life too. Because what you're looking for here, and it makes sense that you're thinking that way, right? Because what you're looking for here is like you want to be 100% sure that it's going to work out for you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, the thing about this, man, and like it's weird, but it's like you don't know.
I don't know.
You never do. Not within trading, not with any business, not with anything in life. It's like if you drive the car to work, you don't know if you're going to get there safely. You don't know if there's going to be some crazy drunk guy driving it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And that guy that he runs into might just be you and you guys get in a car crash. There's no guarantee that that will never happen. Right? But look at it this way, man. If nothing changes, we don't do anything about it, right? We let the uncertainty overcome us of us not knowing if it's going to work. In 3 to 6 months from now, where you're still seeing the same issues with your trades, you're still seeing it go down the same path, you're still feeling that same sense of like drain and like that same sense of like scratching the surface. In 3 to 6 months from now, where would that lead you to?
Then I might stop trading for a little while.
Yeah, you
Maybe
might quit,
for most
right?
of next year until maybe the third quarter of next year.
Yeah, but like trading
Yeah,
aside though, trading aside, where would that actually lead you to with the money that you're investing into yourself, with the energy, with the time, and with the effort?
So I say you're asking me where will I channel that energy if I pause my trading? Is that your question?
No. Like my question to you, and by the way, let me know if the mic keeps cutting off on my end because I know my mic's kind of weird today.
I can
But the
see
mic,
it.
okay. So the question I have for you, it's like in 3 to 6 months from now, if we let the uncertainty overcome us, right, and we don't do anything about it because we don't know if we will succeed. But let's say 3 to 6 months from now, we continue seeing the same trades, we continue seeing the same level of unstructuredness, we continue feeling the same way of being drained, all that sort of stuff. Trading aside, where would that actually lead you to?
More loss and confusion.
Exactly. More
Time
loss and
wasted.
confusion. More loss, yeah. More loss, confusion, more effort wasted. The question I have to ask you though, it's like that's a reality for a lot of people that want to be profitable with trading. That's a reality for a lot of people too that want to make extra income outside of their job. And most importantly, that's a big reality for a lot of people that want their parents to have that reassurance. But if you go down that path where you continue feeling that loss, that confusion, that frustration, if you continue going down that path, man, is that a path you want to actually settle for?
No, I won't. And no, I don't. And personally, for my case,
Yeah.
I know it's not because I overtrade. And it's not because I blow my account. It's only because of pattern day trading. That's even more damning for me.
Okay. But the thing about this though, it's like I don't want you to go down that path as well. So I'll ask you this, man, because if you let the uncertainty overcome you and you don't do anything about it, that's where you're headed. And I say that because I care, but I also say that because I want to tell you the truth, right? And that's exactly where you're headed if nothing changes. Nothing changes, nothing changes, nothing changes. So I'll ask you this, man. It's like, what do you know you need to do right here, right now, so that one, you can become more profitable. Two, you actually have more structure when it comes to your trades. And three, you can actually give your parents that reassurance that you want them to have about you. What do you know you need to do right here, right now, so you can actually make that happen?
What could I use?
No, like what do you know you need to do right here, right now, so that you can actually start hitting your 10K month marks with trading? Two, you can actually give your parents that reassurance about you. And three, you actually feel that way, like, hey, I fucking did it. I'm proud of myself for this. What do you know you need to do right here, right now to make that happen?
It will be to say, yes, I want to give the LC model buyback short.
Okay.
But yeah. But what
All
if
right.
I don't meet your expectations or
Well, they're not
the
my
price point
expectations,
mentioned?
man.
Yeah.
They're not my,
Okay. What if
not
we
my.
don't what if I'm not able to meet the price point eventually, due to circumstances or
Yeah, and the thing it's they're not my expectations, they're the expectations that you have on yourself. It's like, brother, you will never know. I'm sorry to tell you, but like you will never know until you just try. That's the reality of life, reality of trading, reality of anything in the world. If there's a cute girl out there that you want to speak to, chances are she'll never notice you unless you go up to her and speak to her. What if she says no to me? What if she rejects me? What if she laughs at me? Who knows? But if
Yeah,
you don't speak to that girl ever in your life, you know for a fact she doesn't even know you. So you have to ask
you're right.
yourself this question between you and I. Like, this is the real question. It's like, what's riskier? Is it riskier that you don't do anything about this? You continue staying where you've been, you let the uncertainty overcome you, and you hop off the call and nothing changes. You continue seeing the same results with your trades over and over and over. Is that riskier? Or is it riskier you actually just do something about it? And even if it's a little bit scary, you actually invest into yourself. That way you can actually master the strategy. That way in 6 months from now, you're in a better position, not just with your trades, but within life. So that you could actually see that freedom you've been wanting to see the past couple months, the past couple years. If Singapore, whatever politics goes down, you're good. I make 10K a month. I could go to Thailand. I could go to Brazil. I'm okay. What's riskier for you?
To, con- to continue doing what I'm doing,
Yeah,
these market conditions. I don't know when
that's.
PDT will be abolished pretty soon. NCC is slow.
But the thing is, like, you're right about that, man. To continue doing what you've been doing is a riskier thing. But why though? Why is it riskier? Besides the PD, besides the trading stuff, like why is it riskier? Just in general, and you know the answer. But why is it riskier?
I think it's because I would then be using the okay. Even if let's say tomorrow, uh, day trading be abolished, there'll still be some time to when it takes effect, and then from there, there'll still be some more lead time in me adjusting adjusting my option trading towards these conditions. Maybe there could be other roadblocks, hiccups in my
Yeah.
execution that I could have made, and then some unnecessary rate days can be another minus $200, $300. No over trading, but it still cuts. I know I'm just putting the ideas out there on what could, yeah, or maybe I just said, oh, this profit target, then it never hits it.
Yeah, but
Those
that's
kind of
that's
things.
true. That's true. That's true. Now you have two perspectives. That is riskier because if you continue doing what you've been doing, the likelihood of you getting the same results, of you seeing the same things over and over, go a lot higher. And if you continue going down that route, man, it's like that's where you're headed. If nothing changes, if you hop off the call, you don't do anything about it, that's exactly where you're headed. And like I said, it's not. I'm saying that because I care, right? Because I want to see you succeed. But that's frankly the truth. So I'll ask you again, man. Knowing that's where you're headed, if nothing does change, we continue down the same path, and most importantly, we continue seeing those same results. To avoid those things, what do you know you got to do right here, right now, so that you can put yourself in a better position with your trades, with your mindset, with your skill set, and so that one, you can actually put yourself in a better position, so that 6 months from now, you're like, hey, man, I did something about it, and now I can actually get to where I want to be in life. What do you know you need to do?
Say yes to this mentorship program. But say yes to this mentorship program. But our payment terms, the re- but our payment terms, when to pay back, I think we need to discuss
Payment? What do you mean?
the cost of this program. I'm not comfortable to fork out so much upfront, 4,800 upfront. But I know I want to say yes to
Oh,
this.
wait, it's not 1,400, brother. It's not
48,
1,400.
no,
Okay. I was like
4,800.
1,400. I was like
No,
1,400.
I said
Okay.
4,800.
4,800. Okay, for sure, man. Look, tell me this though. Just so I can, if you do 4,800 right now, is that gonna put you like under a bridge? Is that gonna put you in a bad spot financially? And tell me, yes or no.
Yes, it will.
Okay, then what can you actually invest? Give me that number. And don't tell me like $5. But go for it.
1,000 to 1,500.
1,000 and 1,500.
1,000 to 1,500. $1,000 to $1,500.
Do this. If you can't do the full like 4.8K, which is fine, we could break it up for you. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that way, as you get in the program, let's say, for example, I'll give you a perfect one. It's like if you do 2.4K now, next month you pay 2.4K, that's 4.8K, right? And what happens with people when they get into the program, as they get into it, they start to be able to make more money because they start seeing better results with their trades. Or in some cases, some people can't do like 2.4K today or 2.4K next month. Someone have to do like 2K now or like 2.5, whatever it may be. We work with your budgets and constraints. But typically, like we could break it up for you. So next month, we continue the payment, all that sort of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. That makes sense to me.
So tell me this, man. Tell me this, though, because I don't want you to be in a bad position financially, because that's not the goal of the conversation, right? The goal of the conversation is for me to actually help you get to where you need to be with your trades, and most importantly, where you want to be with your life and how you actually want to take this to, right? So right now, is 1.5K, is that like 1.5K? Can you do 2K or no?
How about somewhere between 1.5 and 2K?
Okay, work with what you got, man. Because obviously you're not going to be taking every trade, right? You're going to be taking the trades that you need to be taking. And the trades that you need to be taking are the ones that Emmanuel is going to help you actually take.
I have 3.5K set in one brokerage for the longer term income trades. I have 3K in the zero DTE account.
Okay, yeah. More or less, but three. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to have like $50,000 in one account. That's so. Emmanuel did not start with $50,000 in just one account. It's not like that, right? Like if you only got 3K right now, that's fine. If you can only pay per trade, that's fine. Whatever it is that you have right now, it's fine. And even if, like, let's say for example, if you had no money in your trading account, it's like once you actually learn the skills and maybe once you get more money in your trading account, that way you know how to trade more efficiently. Because you know the saying, it's better to have a garden. It's better to have a warrior in a garden than a garden in a war. The one thing that I want for you to have is before you leave this call is to, one, make the commitment. Secondly, you actually have the skill set. That way, if you only have a limited amount in your account size, you can do whatever it is with that. Or even if you have like $100,000 in your account size. That way, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You know what to do with the money that you do have. Because it's not about the vehicle sometimes, it's about the driver.
No, because I am looking carefully on, should I go with a prop firm or do I still have enough of my own money set aside in my normal trading account? I see there's the ES, but there's also the S&P 500 CFD, your SPX 500 USD, which I do see on the YouTube video. So what I notice is that if I use a stop loss of $250, my R, I think that is going to be that's going to be my R that I'll start off with, 250.
But even if you start with like 250
on the ES itself looks pretty tight. I tried versus the CFD version. Because 250 on the ES, I can't take one lot.
Okay, just trading aside then, man. Just trading aside. Because like, if I told you to close your eyes right now, close your eyes. Just close them. I'm not going to disappear. Okay, okay, before you open your eyes, I want you to look for everything that's brown. Open your eyes, look for everything that's brown.
Before I open my eyes.
Yeah. Open them, look for everything brown. Okay, close them again and look for everything the color white. Close them, open, white. Okay, what did you find? White, brown, table, wall, whatever it is, you found it, man. Congrats. Just like how you'll always find every single reason to do something and to not do something. Right? Trading account is size, man, because like at the end of the day, fundamentally, if you don't know the language itself to a perfect extent, if you go to that country, chances are you're going to still struggle with whatever you have. But if you go in there prepared, and most importantly, if you go in there with the skill set, you won't know what to say and what not to say. And you won't get lost like trying to ask for a taxi, trying to ask for an Uber, trying to buy some food. You won't get lost because you have the confidence to that you're saying the right things to the right people. And that same thing applies to this. Because trading account aside, man, it's like if you got the skills to make it happen, doesn't matter with how much you have, you can do whatever it is that with how much you already do have.
Not
So
really.
I'll ask you this.
I'm asking more on the room. I'm more concerned about the room and breathing space available for the stop loss. The distance to hitting your stop.
Okay.
So that's where I'm actually coming from.
Okay.
It's not really about the account size. But I just observed that for ES,
Okay.
the 250 stop loss is pretty tight for one lot.
Okay. Yeah, but brother, you know what you're doing right now? So you're looking for concerns here and there.
I won't say it's a concern. I just trying to piece together I'm just trying to piece together a proper entry plan with at least some contingencies in place.
Yeah, you wanna make sure it's gonna work. Kind of what you're doing, right? Making sure it's gonna work. I have to tell you, brother, you do not know for 100% that everything's gonna work to how you want it to work. If I wanted that to be the case, like, man, like I wish it was sunny every single day, chances are it's gonna rain some days. But if I don't take my raincoat, if this happens or that happens, I don't know. But if I don't do anything about it, no one else will. It's like right now, you were like, I'll give you this analogy. It's like right now you're on this beach, on this island, right? And over here is this mountain where you've been wanting to be the past couple of years. One, you want to make your friends proud. Two, you want to make yourself proud. You want to give them that reassurance. And you want $100,000 in your bank account so that you don't have to deal with this any longer. That's over here on this mountain. And you're on this island, right? But to get to this mountain, three things need to cross off. One, do you believe it exists? Which you do. You and me told me like you want to hit 10K, all that sort of stuff. You believe it exists. Two things. You need to get some boots to start swimming there, which you and me have done. We hopped on this call. We made a game plan. We talked about the mentorship. You know it works for you, so you know that works. Third one, you have to hop in the water and just start swimming. Because you can stay on the island the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and continue like planning out like the perfect boat. If it rains, if it doesn't rain, if the weather's going to be perfect, you can continue doing that. But the longer you stay on that island, east, west, south, the view is still going to be the same. The limited resources there are still going to be the same. The same result, the same weather, the same everything is still going to be the same. And 99% of people stay on the island when it comes to trading because they're too afraid to just take a risk, not on their trades, not putting money in their account, but on themselves. So ask yourself this though. You stay on the island with everyone else who's too afraid to take the risk on themselves. What's going to happen at that point?
They knock up. False sense of assurance. False sense of assurance.
False sense, yeah, false sense. But the thing is, like, the reason it's a false sense of assurance because you're like lying to yourself that it's okay over here, but when you want to be here. But I'll tell you here, man, it's like there's never going to be a perfect boat. I could give you a 7 out of 10. I can't give you a 10 out of 10. There's never going to be a perfect boat, perfect weather, perfect timing, perfect everything. Sorry, it's just life. Sometimes the thing that's going to get that person from being on the island to being on the mountain is just swimming there. That's it. Even if you get eaten by a shark, even if you drown, even if it rains, at least you knew you tried. Because most people aren't willing to do that. But if you don't try, man, if you give yourself that false sense of assurance, which you will be doing if nothing does change, if you go down that rabbit hole, that place, what's the worst part about that?
More time wasted experimenting.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the one thing you can't get back in life is time. More time on the island, more money there, no progression, being with everyone else. Waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect chance. Right now, what you're doing on this call, man, it's like you're waiting for the perfect entry point. That is what you're doing, but there is no perfect entry point. Sometimes you just got to take that risk and be like, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Those past mistakes that you've seen within your trades, you wouldn't have been able to see them if you never just took that risk. Even if it paid off or if it didn't, now you know. But if you didn't do anything about it, you would have never known. And you would have been like 2 months behind, 3 months behind. So I'll ask you this question, is knowing that's the reality you're headed to if nothing does change, you continue being on the island like everybody else, which I don't want you to, what do you know you need to do right here, right now? Look for other concerns, look for other stuff, or do you know you need to do it right here, right now, so you can put yourself in a better position financially, but also skill set wise?
Get on the program.
Okay. What did you say?
Get on the program.
Okay, man. And what do you want to do?
What do I want to do? Get on
What
the
do you want to
program.
do? Okay, man. You want to do 2K now? You can do 2K.
$.
Tell me. We do 2K now, get you inside, get your onboarding, get everything ready and locked in.
Because in the rare event things do not work out, what happens thereafter?
I don't want you to think that way, right? But I'll tell you, because we do have a guarantee. I just hate saying the guarantee. We do have a guarantee, though. But real thing, just between you and I, man, I don't want you getting into this program on the guarantee. Because I'd rather you tell me that now. But if you hop in the program itself, like let's say 90 days from now, 12 weeks, and you don't see any success, you don't see any results, nothing changes, like you stay on the island, right? Emmanuel himself is going to work with you for free until you actually find a way to make this work. That's the guarantee. The thing about the guarantee, though, this is what the guarantee says, is you have to put in the work. Otherwise, if you don't put in the work, all that sort of stuff, there is no guarantee at that point. But I know you will put in the work. Because if you tried other stuff in the past and you're still on the call with me, I know you need to put in the work. And most importantly, I know how important it is for you to make this happen. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, I can. It's my last 2K.
Like, wait, give me a second. The last 2K is, and if you do 2K now, you'll have 0 in your bank account. Okay, so let's do this,
I
man.
still have enough. Yeah, I still have enough on my own. I still have enough for my own daily expenses.
I'll send you like the little chat box, and you see those little arrows? Right there, it's going to
Yes.
say WAP checkout link, checkout plan link. Press on it.
All right. I mean, did you receive it?
I just do. Because I've been in your shoes where I've been trying shit and it doesn't fucking work for a long time. And then something finally clicks. And once it finally clicks, you start seeing some success and things start getting better in life. And I want you to actually be in that position. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want that. So
Right.
there's there's no pressure on this, right? I mean, it's just based on my current busyness or like time I access. I do want to make this work.
Yeah, man, it's okay. Like I'm not gonna like be like, brother, you have to be on the, like, no, it's fine. Like if you have work and stuff, I respect that too. Like do what you need to do, set some time aside for this, do what needs to be done. As long as you do it, I can guarantee you, as long as you do something about it, something's gonna come out of it. All right. And I want that for you. All right. But I do gotta get going, man. It's 11:40 p.m. my time. I gotta go eat. I gotta go take care of myself. So
yeah,
take care.